The world of boxing is no stranger to intense rivalries, dramatic showdowns, and unexpected twists. One such instance occurred in March 2022 when the Armory in Minneapolis played host to a significant match between 27-year-old Australian boxing star Tszyu and the formidable American fighter Terrell Gausha. In a brutal and relentless bout, Tszyu emerged victorious, earning himself a shot at the championship belts held by Jermell Charlo. However, their highly anticipated clash scheduled for January 28th fell through due to Charlo's injury, forcing Tszyu's team to find an alternative opponent on short notice. They quickly settled on Tony Harrison, a former welterweight world champion known for his impressive record. This decision was deemed risky by many experts, adding to the already tense atmosphere surrounding the event. Harrison's dismissive attitude towards Tszyu only fueled the fire.
I always wanted to be active. I always wanted to fight the best. And just so happened I got the opportunity to come to Australia, and I'm here and I love it.
Making their encounter one of the most anticipated fights of the year. This narrative not only highlighted the intense rivalry, but also underscored the significant challenge Tszyu faced against a seasoned and confident opponent like Harrison. The lead-up to the fight was marked by a palpable tension, with Harrison openly expressing his skepticism about Tszyu's abilities. He often undermined Tszyu's past victories, attributing them more to his famous last name and the efforts of his management team, rather than his skill in the ring. Harrison's record of 29 victories, 21 by knockout, including a notable win over Jermell Charlo, gave him the confidence to belittle Tszyu. He was taller and stylistically different from Tszyu, possessing greater maneuverability and a strategic approach to fighting that many believed would give him an edge. Harrison made no secret of his disdain for Tszyu's reputation. He frequently downplayed Tszyu's accomplishments, suggesting that his success was largely due to the influence of his father, the legendary Kostya Tszyu, rather than his own abilities. Harrison's attitude was evident in his interviews and public appearances, where he often appeared dismissive and even condescending when discussing Tszyu. This dynamic added a layer of drama to the pre-fight build-up. Fans and analysts were eager to see how Tszyu would respond to Harrison's provocations. Would he rise to the challenge and prove his worth, or would Harrison's psychological tactics get the better of him? The stage was set for a showdown that promised to be as much a mental battle as a physical one.
Tim just need to keep gradually getting better, a day at a time. That's all it's about. I mean, young enough, he's 28. I wish I would have fought.
Tim Tszyu came into the fight with a formidable record and a legacy to uphold. Tim was determined to carve out his own path in the boxing world. His fighting style was characterized by powerful hooks, relentless pressure, and a tenacity that often wore down his opponents. Despite being less maneuverable than some of his competitors, his ability to land heavy blows made him a formidable opponent in the ring. Tzyu's journey to this point had been marked by a series of impressive victories. His win over Terrell Gausha had showcased his resilience and ability to adapt to different fighting styles. Tzyu's approach in the ring was straightforward, yet effective. He would apply constant pressure, using his power to break down his opponents over time. This strategy had served him well, earning him a reputation as a relentless and powerful fighter. Despite his growing reputation, Tszyu still had his doubters. Some critics argued that he had yet to face a truly elite opponent, and that his victories had come against fighters past their prime or lacking in significant credentials. The fight against Harrison was seen as a crucial test, one that would either validate Tszyu's status as a rising star or expose the limitations of his abilities.
And another! Harrison's in trouble. Tszyu looks for the finish. Tony Harrison on unsteady legs.
Tony Harrison, on the other hand, was known for his technical prowess and strategic acumen. His ability to maintain distance with his jab, combined with his height and reach advantage, often allowed him to control the pace of his fights. Harrison's victory over Jermell Charlo was a testament to his skill and strategy, making him a significant challenge for Tszyu. Harrison's confidence stemmed from his extensive experience and success in the ring. With a record of 29 victories, including 21 knockouts, he had established himself as a formidable opponent. His style was built around his ability to outmaneuver and outthink his opponents. Rather than relying on brute strength, Harrison preferred to use his technical skills to create openings and capitalize on them. In the lead-up to the fight, Harrison's confidence was palpable. He frequently referred to his previous victories, particularly his win over Charlo, as evidence of his superiority. Harrison's demeanor suggested that he viewed the fight against Tszyu as a mere formality, a stepping stone to bigger and better opportunities. This attitude only served to heighten the stakes, as Tszyu was keen to prove that he deserved to be taken seriously. On March 12, 2023, at the Kudos Bank Arena, the long-awaited clash between Tszyu and Harrison finally took place. The first 5 rounds were cautious, with both fighters feeling each other out. Tszyu consistently pushed Harrison to the ropes, relying on his powerful hooks to break through Harrison's defense. Harrison, meanwhile, focused on maintaining distance with his jab, trying to control the pace of the fight. The initial rounds were a showcase of contrasting styles. Tszyu's relentless aggression was met with Harrison's calculated approach. Tszyu sought to close the distance and land his heavy shots, while Harrison worked to keep Tszyu at bay and disrupt his rhythm. This tactical battle made for a tense and engaging contest, with both fighters having their moments of success. Despite Harrison's efforts, Tszyu appeared dominant, his power and aggression slowly wearing down his opponent. He managed to shake Harrison a few times, signaling his intent and capability to dominate the bout. Tszyu's ability to absorb punches and keep moving forward was a crucial factor, as it allowed him to maintain pressure and force Harrison into defensive positions. As the fight progressed into the middle rounds, Harrison began to adapt to Tszyu's relentless pressure. He landed some significant punches that momentarily shifted the momentum in his favor. The 7th round, in particular, was favorable for Harrison. His reach advantage allowed him to land accurate strikes, keeping Tszyu at bay and showcasing his technical skills. However, Harrison's lack of knockout power meant that even his best punches were insufficient to truly threaten Tszyu. This was a critical factor, as Tszyu's ability to absorb punishment and keep moving forward eventually began to wear down Harrison. Tszyu's resilience and determination were on full display as he continued to press forward despite Harrison's efforts to counteract his aggression.
There's a right hand that's landed by Tszyu. Here's that right hand.
Entering the 8th round, Tszyu appeared reinvigorated. He delivered several heavy blows that forced Harrison into a defensive stance. Tszyu's relentless pressure and power were starting to take a toll on Harrison, whose movements became noticeably slower and less coordinated. The 8th round marked a significant turning point in the fight. Tszyu's power and persistence began to pay off, as he landed a series of heavy punches that visibly affected Harrison. The crowd could sense that the momentum had shifted decisively in Tszyu's favor, and there was an air of anticipation as the round progressed. By the 9th round, the accumulated damage was evident. Harrison's defense began to falter under Tszyu's relentless assault. In a dramatic turn of events, Tszyu landed a series of hard uppercuts, culminating in a devastating right hand that sent Harrison crashing to the canvas. The knockout was a clear and decisive end to the fight, showcasing Tszyu's power and determination. The knockout was a moment of triumph for Tszyu. It not only secured his victory, but also validated his status as a legitimate contender in the boxing world. The sight of Harrison sprawled on the canvas was a testament to Tszyu's power and perseverance. For Tszyu, this victory was not just about winning a fight, it was about proving his worth and silencing his critics. This victory was monumental for Tszyu, crowning him as the interim WBO champion and silencing critics who had doubted his abilities. Despite Harrison's initial arrogance and underestimation of his opponent, Tszyu's performance proved his mettle and solidified his standing in the boxing world. Harrison's pre-fight comments and dismissive attitude added an extra layer of satisfaction to Tszyu's victory. The fight not only showcased Tszyu's skill and resilience, but also highlighted the importance of respect and humility in the sport of boxing. Tszyu's ability to overcome a seasoned and confident opponent like Harrison demonstrated his potential to follow in his father's legendary footsteps. Harrison's reaction was one of disappointment, but also of respect for Tszyu. He conceded that Tszyu had been the better fighter on the night, and praised his resilience and power. Harrison's comments reflected a recognition of the importance of humility and respect in boxing, lessons that he had learned the hard way. The fight against Tszyu served as a reminder for Harrison of the unpredictable nature of boxing. No matter how confident a fighter might be, there is always the potential for an upset. Harrison's loss highlighted the need for preparation, respect for opponents, and the understanding that past successes do not guarantee future victories. The fight between Tony Harrison and Tim Tszyu was more than just a clash of fists. Tim Tszyu's victory serves as a reminder to all that underestimating an opponent can be a grave mistake. Tszyu earned his respect not just from Harrison, but from the entire boxing community. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories and analysis from the world of boxing. Until next time, stay strong and keep fighting.